Hey everybody, this is VideoFort Ryan back again for another quick tutorial here showing you another feature of After Effects. Today we're going to start by showing you how to import Photoshop files, PSDs, into After Effects so that you maintain the separated layers that you set up in Photoshop. So let's jump into it here, and just like any other file or asset you would import into After Effects, you're going to do that through the File menu, Import File, and you're going to select the PSD here. And then on this page, before you hit Open, you're going to want to change this Import As dropdown to Composition Retain Layer Sizes. That setting will bring this Photoshop file in all as separate layers so that you can either animate those or turn them on off as you would in Photoshop. If you leave it on the footage selection, that's going to flatten your Photoshop file into a single still image, and you won't be able to edit the different layers separately. So go ahead and switch that to Composition Retain Layer Sizes. And that retain layer sizes just makes it easier for you to animate once you start moving things around. And then you want to make sure that your Photoshop sequence checkbox here is turned off. Otherwise, that's going to try and bring it in as a time lapse with each layer, a different frame in that time lapse. So let's go ahead and bring this in by clicking Open. And it'll bring up another pop-up window here. And this basically has to do with if you've applied any layer styles inside Photoshop, for example, an outer glow or something like that, you can actually choose to either bring that in as an editable effect and it'll apply it as an effect in After Effects, or you can tell After Effects to merge that layer style into the footage layer so that it just becomes baked in and you will no longer have editability on that layer style or effect. So I'm going to leave that on so it's editable. I don't think I have any on this Photoshop file though, so it doesn't really matter in this case. So once you hit OK, you'll see that you've got two new items now in your project window here. One of them is a composition and the other is a folder. The composition, if we open that up, you'll see it's just the Photoshop file. And if you look down on my timeline here though, you'll see that it has all the separate layers still. So I can go ahead and turn the background off, or turn the logo that's on here off. And then I've got another hidden layer behind here. So you can see each thing is editable. You can move things around. They're all separate still, just like they were in Photoshop. Another cool feature about bringing it in this way is it also gives you a folder of all the separated assets right here in your project window. So you could use these to bring into other compositions. It just gives you more options to reuse these assets elsewhere. And it keeps it nice and clean and names them the same and puts everything in the same place for you. So as you can see here, it's pretty useful to set things up in Photoshop if you're doing a lot of graphics work, or if you want to just kind of give yourself a head start. If you're going to go in and start animating graphics, you can lay everything out in Photoshop where you might be more familiar with the tools and the layout, and then easily bring that over to After Effects to start animating and move things around. So go ahead, give it a shot with any of your own layered PSD files, and let us know how it goes. Stay tuned for the next VideoFort tutorial.